So I'm a student EP and I'm in my final year of study, which means I've been going on placements. One of the ones I went to was aged care recently. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was great, but it really gave me a perspective on how exercise changes in order to accommodate for different populations and the way that we age. And I really noticed how it can have an effect on not just your longevity in terms of how much longer you will live, but also the quality of those years as well. So in this video, I wanted to talk about 5 things that I noticed in aged care about aging well. These aren't in any order. All 5 of these things are absolutely vital to your success as you age. So number 1 is strength training. This should come as a surprise to absolutely no one. Strength training is one of the best things that we can do to bulletproof ourselves against aging. Not only does it have the nice side benefit of making you look strong and sexy, but also improving your muscular strength with resistance training will not just help your muscles, but also your bones and bone density as well, which means we don't get as frail, we're not as prone to fracture. And also in the event that we may fall or catch our foot on something and we trip, our ability to catch ourselves and restabilize is massively influenced by the amount of strength and power that your muscles can produce. I literally can't begin to tell you the difference between someone that has been doing resistance training for most of their life and someone that has barely done any. It is literally night and day. The strength and size of your muscles is one of the best indicators of longevity that we have. So what should you do? Do a variation of a squat, do a variation of a hip hinge, do some sort of pulling, whether it's vertical or horizontal, ideally both. Same thing for pushing, horizontal, vertical. Do some arm work, do some ab work, and you're pretty much taken care of. Getting in the gym and getting some pythons could literally save your life. Number 2 is balance. Now, this may come as a surprise to you, especially if you're on the younger side watching this, but balance is a massive component of how well we age and our ability to stave off frailty. Like most things on this list, a preemptive rather than a reactive approach is best here. Balance starts to decline significantly after the age of about 50, and the percentage of people that experience a fall due to lack of balance goes up to about 40% when we get to 80 years old. Do not be one of these people. Preemptive balance training will improve your proprioception, so your ability to identify where your body is in time and space. It will improve your stability during movement, and like strength, will also improve your ability to rebalance, restabilize yourself if you do catch your foot or end up in the event where you may fall. Now, one important thing to note with balance training is we need to train dynamic and static balance separately, because unfortunately there is not much crossover between the two, which means if I only train my balance statically, that will not transfer that well to dynamic balance. So we need to have both. So make sure you are incorporating both balance exercises where you are moving, so maybe a heel to toe walk, and also balance exercises where you are not moving, so a single leg stance or a tandem stance or feet together stance, something like that. Now, number 3 is cardio. When I was in aged care placement, the amount of cardiac conditions or comorbidities that I saw was basically everyone. Your heart enables basically every function that your body has, and it is critical that it is working efficiently. How do we establish that efficiency? Train it. Your heart and cardiovascular system are much like your musculoskeletal system in the sense that we have to train them both regularly to make sure they are working properly. For myself, the way I structure my cardio is I'll do it 3 times a week. 2 of those sessions I'll do at a relatively easy pace where I'm still working relatively hard, but I'm able to have a conversation with maybe a breath in between each sentence. And 1 day a week where I'm going super hard and it feels like I'm breathing through a straw. Training like this will help to build your aerobic base and also your total capacity for aerobic work, and in turn will strengthen and make sure that your heart is working in tip-top shape. So number 4 is social connection. Some of these oldies in the class did like 5 minutes of exercise and then just talked for the rest of the session, which was absolutely fine. Some of these people that I talked to were some of the sharpest and most cognitively aware people that I've ever met. I think sometimes we really underestimate the power of social connection and having friends and friend groups and activities to do has on our mental health and our cognitive state. People that have good social groups and connection are more likely to have better processing power and speed in terms of their brain. They're likely to be much sharper, and they're more likely to be resilient when things change or things happen in their life. So never skip out on the coffee and yap with your friends. And number 5 is purpose. It seemed to me that a lot of the people that I met on placement that seemed to be the happiest or the most fulfilled were the people that were striving towards something. They had something they were working towards. Like for example, I met one lady that would paint portraits in her spare time, and there was also another gentleman that I met who wanted to go from a four-wheel walker back to a single point stick. Now, these goals are going to be different for everyone, and everyone's going to have a different purpose, but it seemed to me reliably that the people that were happiest and most fulfilled had something that they were working towards. And this kept them motivated, sharp, and as far as I could tell, happy. So those are some of the things that I noticed about the elderly people that I worked with at placement. So thank you for watching. If you found it helpful, please leave a like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll see you in the next one.